Hi everyone, I'm Charlene, and as part of this month's Lamazi Makers Club tutorials, we are going to be going through how to choose the correct size in your sewing patterns. So this is something as a beginner you can get caught out so easily with picking the wrong size, either choosing the size that you think you normally are or not judging the right amount of ease for the garment. There's so many different things to consider. I think even as a more experienced sewist, it's still something that we can get wrong. We might not always get it right. So I'm going to cover the key points that you need to watch out for. We could go really in depth to fitting, but this will help you start out, get the right size, and then you should be able to work from there. So one of the biggest issues is the bust size for a lot of people with tops and dresses. So all dressmaking patterns are drafted to a B cup. This is completely different to a bra size cup or bra cup size. The bra cup sizes are based on your underbust, so your sort of chest measurement here and your full bust, and for every inch of difference there is, or 2.5 centimeters difference there is, your cup size goes up. Dressmaking cup sizes are based on your upper bust and your full bust, so it's the same principle. The difference between your upper bust and your full bust is your cup size. So if it's 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch, then it's an A cup, and then it keeps going up in the same increments. Dressmaking patterns are drafted to a B cup, which means either 5 centimeters or 2 inches of difference between here, your upper bust, and your full bust. If you have more than that, so if there's say 10 centimeters of difference, and you pick a pattern, you pick your size based on that measurement, you're going to end up with a pattern that's actually too big, two sizes too big up top, so around the shoulders, around the neck, around the back. It's going to be far too big, but it'll fit you around your bust. If you size down, then you're going to be left with a bust that's too tight. So figuring out if you've got the right cup size and the right upper bust size is a really great starting point, and then you'll know if you need a full bust adjustment or a small bust adjustment. So to get your upper bust measurement, and if you have anyone that you know that is a dressmaker that can sort of trust to help you take these measurements, it'd be a good idea to get them involved as well. If not, then use a mirror to make sure you're getting it right. So your upper bust measurement is taken sort of around the back, coming up underneath the armpits, and then across this top area of the bust. So I'm coming up at about 93 centimeters here for my upper bust, and then you want to shimmy it down a wee bit to get your full bust measurement. So for this one, you want to make sure the tape measure is level. If it slips down, it's going to be off. The measurement's going to be off, and if it comes up too high, it's going to be off as well. So you want to make sure that it is coming around sort of level, and then you don't want to pull it too tight. You go too tight, you get a smaller measurement, which is going to throw off your size. And then if you go too loose as well, it's going to slip down, and again, you're not going to get an accurate measurement. So you want to have it taut. It's one of my favourite words when it comes to this sort of thing. Coming around this fullest part and just being able to comfortably fit 2 fingers in underneath the tape measure. So I am at 98 centimeters here. So there's a 5 centimeter difference between my upper bust and full bust, which puts me in a B cup. That means most dressmaking patterns should fit me out of the pack with no adjustments to the bust size. If my bust size was 103 centimeters, my full bust, and my upper bust was 93, I would need a D cup. So I would have to do a full bust adjustment to the pattern to get it to fit right, which would mean it would be the right size on the upper chest, around the shoulders, around the neck, around the back, but just gives you more room across the front. The next measurement will be your waist. So your waist is the narrowest part of your, one more thing to mention, when you are measuring your bust size, make sure you're wearing the right bra. Make sure you're wearing a bra to start with, because that can throw off the measurements. I would strongly advise against wearing anything like a sports bra unless that's what you wear all the time. If it's the likes of a t-shirt like I'm wearing now, wear your t-shirt bra, or if it's something that you're going to wear a different bra with, a more fitted dress, then wear that, because it can make a slight difference to what your measurements come up as. Then next one is your waist, and your waist is quite high. It's a lot higher than some people think. and you're going for the narrowest part of your midriff. Should be between your ribs and your belly button, so somewhere in this area, and roughly where your elbow sits. So that's approximately your waistline, which is coming up about here for me, which I know is right. If you bend over, you'll have a wee crease there sometimes. So it's trying to get that right. If you go too low, you can end up then grading out too much and you don't have the right shape here. If you don't have your waistline sitting at the right point, where especially for a fitted dress you want it to stop at that narrowest point and then go out, so that's where you want to take your measurement from, and then same thing again, just hold it round, stand up nice and straight, and just make sure you can get your 2 fingers in. For your hip, you are going around the fullest part of your hip, which is usually down here, sort of the fullest part of your bottom, or you can also take your high hip measurement, which covers your stomach as well, which is sort of up around the top of the hip bone. This is good for trousers if you think you might need a full tummy adjustment. Another one for trousers to watch out for is your crotch length or your body rise. The crotch length, you can use that to measure your 2 curves on the trousers to make sure they're right. And what you'd want to do is get a ribbon, so say your ribbon or a piece of elastic, and tie that around your waist, then get your tape measure and just go in through your legs from one side to the other, and that'll give you your crotch length. After that, you can get into a lot more measurements after that. If you have done any pattern drafting workshops with us in the Lamazi studio or somewhere else, you'll know there's a lot of measurements you can take that go into making a pattern. If you can get these ones right to start with, it's a really, really good starting point, and it will help you going forward to figure out, do you need adjustments to the patterns? Once you figure that out, then you'll know to do that every time or to watch out for that every time. So for the Romana dress, which I have just made, which is in the kits, the sizes are extra small, small, medium, large, and it goes up, which is a combination of 2 sizes. So the extra small is a size 4 and 6, the small is a size 8 and 10. I'm falling into the medium, which would be normal for me so my full bust is 98. The medium says it stops at 96, and then large starts at 100 to 104. I personally know that if I went for the large, that would end up being too big. So I went for the medium because it's sort of closest to where I am, and then I checked the finished garment measurements. So if you look at the pictures of the Romana, it's an easy fit, but it's not loose. So you can see here, it's not really baggy. It's still quite sleek around the bust and around the hip. So I knew, from that, there's not going to be a lot of ease in it. If you compare it to the likes of, before that, right here, well, Dallas is going to the other extreme. So this is very, very loose. This sort of cape, caftan sort of shape, you would know, looking at this and the finished garment measurements, there's going to be a lot of ease built into it. So that's the extra measurement, the extra width that is built on top of your body measurements to allow you to move or for the style of the garment. Again, the Nyla, which is again that sort of loose smock sort of shape. If you were to look at the finished garment measurements on this, they would be a lot bigger than the body measurements because it is that looser style. So back to the Romana. I know that there's not going to be a huge amount of ease in this pattern, and I wouldn't want it to be too big because then you'd start having slipping off the shoulders and just not quite sitting right. So the finished bust measurement for the medium is 102.5. So if I take my bust measurement away from that, that's giving me 4.5 or 5 centimeters sort of in around that of ease, which I know is going to be enough for that style of dress. If you're looking at a dress that's this style, it's not too oversized, it's not too loose, and it's coming up with 15 or 20 centimeters of ease, then you'll want to think about sizing down to make sure. You also want to check, so we've got hips here. The medium is 117, which would fit my hips. I think they're 110. The small hip is 111. So looking at that, if I was to make a smaller size in the top, I would need to grade out for the hips to make sure that I've got enough room there. So going by this, the medium is going to be perfect size for me, which I know it is because I've already made it a few times. So you want to look at all the finished garment measurements, make sure that you can move, unless it's a stretchy garment. If it's woven, you need to make sure that you have enough room to move in it. And that goes for the likes of jeans or trousers or skirts or anything like that. If it's fitted, yes, there'll be minimal ease, but you want to still have that wee bit so that you can move, so that you can sit down, you can walk and do all those sort of things, move your arms up and down and stretch them out. If you go too tight, then you're just not going to be able to do any of that. So yeah, I hope those tips have been helpful for you. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments down below and we'll get back to you about it. And I hope you enjoy using your new Sea Life linen viscose fabric, which is just absolutely beautiful. And I will chat to you all soon. Bye.